I'm gonna just be eating the entire time if you don't mind.
That's fine.
I go, I finished the whole bag during this whole interview.
My name is Stephen Whitlock, and I was a member of the featured cast of sketches.
I'm Britney Frankston. I was in a few of the sketches. I don't remember which ones.
I'm David Tamayo. I was in sketches. I was in a couple skits.
My name is TJ Choi, and I was in like 2 of the skits.
I'm Andrew Reovan. Right. Yeah. And I was involved with sketches as an actor in a lot of the sketches. Okay. Yes.
Well, I know the directors because I've worked with them previously on plays and productions at the school.
One of the co-director, technically, he was one of the producer. Is John Glassman, and I was chilling with him. He's a really cool guy. And as a freshman, he even hung out with me, even though he was a senior. And he was like, you know, you're a really cool freshman. So we used to always hang out. And one time he was like, oh, we're putting this skit together. You want to try out for us? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I remember the first impression was, that was, I think, the first time I actually met Nick Ochoa. And he had a box skit, and I was supposed to be naked in the box, like fighting with some guy that took my girlfriend away from me or something like that. But they cut that out because apparently I wasn't good enough.
I don't know, we were all just friends. They decided to write some sketches. I actually helped write like 1 or 2 sketches, brainstorm ideas anyway. But yeah, that's about it. We were just buddies. Decided to do a show together.
It was kind of interesting to be directed by good friends, but I guess you get used to it.
Wait.
So anyways, yeah, so Nick, like, pretty much like the main director. He's very quirky. He's got a weird sense of humor. He's a pretty cool guy, very skinny, very attractive. It was really interesting because he was never like far away barking orders. He was really right there, like, you know, saying, you know, I want you to do this, blah, 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 you know? So it's really cool.
My favorite director, it's a toss-up, obviously. You have Nick, who has like all the editing control to this. So if I possibly mention John, Nick is the best director out there.
They're a lot of fun. They're fun guys. They're like best friends. They play off each other really well. Why the show was so successful was because they took a lot of energy from the people they were working with and allowed them freedom to explore new characters, explore new ideas for the sketches, bring a part of themselves into it, which I think really helped make sketches successful.
Really interesting. I think without them, like, the whole senior play program wouldn't have ever happened in our school. So,
You know, it was great to have such a good relationship with the people that I worked with there, which really helped me, you know, feel comfortable in the show, and just everybody kind of flourished with that environment.
We were all pretty good friends. You know, had lunch together every day, essentially.
It's always fun to work with those guys. They have a lot of patience. I didn't memorize my lines that day. If you're out there, I apologize.
Well, today is our weekend rehearsal, and here's what we're doing. Yes.
it was weird, like, because when there was rehearsal, not everybody was there. It was just everybody in that particular skit for that day.
Why does our cast suck? What's going here?
I remember, you know, towards the beginning, the first couple of rehearsals in Dr. Georgie's room, we were trying to get everybody together and get them all to actually read lines, and that really didn't happen very well. Everybody ended up reading like 2 parts because enough people weren't there, and we didn't have all the cast.
This deal's getting worse all the time. Oh, hey, Simmons, what are you doing out here?
They wouldn't let me on campus anymore, so I'm hanging out here.
Isn't that kind of, odd?
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Good point. See you later.
See ya.
Hey, keep talking. Come sit. What?
Oh.
Once we started like doing the dress rehearsal, it felt more serious, more like serious, more like actually performing, because there were some people there watching us, but I mean, you know, we were being filmed.
That's right, folks. Stanley, OBC. Did you know that 1 out of every 5 people who own penguins has pets? may become infected, pay or reach themselves. That's a harsh, cold little statistic. Kind of like this guy in the environment.
And it was actually, you know, more of a like cohesive run through thing than just doing individual sketches.
But once everything got pulled together, we still had time. There were some glitches.
And now for the latest in traffic and weather, here's our very own Nick Ochoa, live outside the parking lot. Nick? 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 Live outside the parking lot. Nick!
Yeah, so how you doing?
Oh, God. What's the sound? Gosh. Gosh.
Come on and live it,
I remember I was in one scene as Britney Spears or something, and then the next scene I had to be a cheerleader, and I had absolutely no time to change. So Nick had to add a part where he was lip syncing to Michelle Branch. That was cute, but you know, that was kind of a last minute ad that we had to shove in there, and it was funny, but it definitely wasn't planned.
I really liked how there were all these really cool posters. I really liked the posters. They looked really good, especially since only Nick and John Glassman were on like half of them, and they excluded the rest of the cast. I thought that was really egotistical, but it worked. It was really good. Like sketches in C minor, was it? Major. Sketches in C major. It was just 2 years ago. I don't remember, but it was a really interesting name. That's what sketches in C major. And John was like this, and Nick was like this. And I remember that.
You know, I saw the posters that Nick and John put up, and to be honest, it seemed more like they were promoting themselves than the show. But you know, it was their baby, so it makes sense that they would advertise it that way.
Being in the show, the audience is really important for the actors to feed off of. I mean, without the audience there, it's like, oh, well, you don't get the reactions, you don't get the laughter, you don't know what's funny and what's not.
It's always fun when you're actually that much closer to the audience, because then you can like literally hear them reacting to you. Like you can center it from where they are, like as if you're on stage and you're like, oh, a bunch of people are laughing. Well, as you're in the audience, you know who's laughing and like what they actually laugh at.
I mean, anytime you're in front of an audience, you get more, shall we say, hammy or something. You act to your audience and everybody does it, so it was, you know, just more exciting once it was performance night.
I was just excited to, you know, show something that we created ourselves to, you know, our peers and get a reaction. And I was just as excited the rest of the nights. I thought it was great, and the reactions were very gratifying.